American University. The theme this year is around the world, and today I am representing the United States of America. We're gonna get serious like this. I can't see the script. Hello, American University. I can't tell you how great it is to be here at this event and not help run it. The people that put their time and energy into bringing all of this together is truly amazing, and I think we should all give them a huge round of applause. Now, I served in Colleges Against Cancer last year and the year before that as the survivorship committee head. And in that role, I was always given the honor to speak here at Relay for Life. Well, now that I'm the student government president, I get that privilege without having to help organize the event, and that is the best deal of all time. Anyway, since my freshman year, I've always begun my speech by giving this story. It's just a shirt. Hold this for a second. Thank you. Let me tell you a story about the greatest man I ever knew. The man who I have modeled myself after every single day since he passed away 3 years ago. A man I will tell my kids about one day, and a man whose lessons I will pass on to my grandchildren. A man whose memories I will keep alive long after I go. My father was a veterinarian. He purchased his own practice when he was 29 and expanded his business, experiencing much success. Success that could only truly be measured by the amount of respect he pulled in from our community. For you see, aside from being a successful businessman, my father was someone that everyone in our town could rely on and oftentimes came to for advice. Advice from finances to kids to personal strife. Now, one woman in particular was especially close to my father and my family for that matter. Her name was Ellie Senna, and I guess you could call her a regular client. Every time she came to our hospital, she would stay and talk to our employees and my father. She traveled a lot and would always board her animals at our hospital. Now, Miss Senna didn't have much of a family, but what she did have were friends. She had been diagnosed with diabetes, and my father had always known her to have problems with her heart as a result. Well, one day her condition took a turn for the worse, and her heart was experiencing major complications. Miss Senna, without much of a family, was left alone in an empty emergency room. And then my father got the call about her condition, and without any hesitation, he drove to the hospital and walked straight through to the emergency room. He was stopped by one of the attendants who told my father, only those who are related by blood can be let through. My dad looked at this man and he said, I may not be related by blood, but if she needs blood, she can have my own. He was let through to see her. My family started its fight against cancer 15 years ago when my dad was first diagnosed with kidney cancer. 3 years ago, during my senior year of high school, I lost my mentor, my teacher, my best friend, and my father all at the same time. And since then, I have not forgotten him, and every morning I wake up and night I go to sleep, I remember him. I remember what he taught me and everything that he meant to me. We all have our reasons for being here today. Whether you have lost someone, whether you have known the pressure of being that last optimist, whether you wake up to face it every day, or maybe you have decided to get even. But what all of us have in common is the greatest and most essential resource we have, an underlying sense of hope. And with that hope breeds a generation of dreamers. Dreamers who are hardworking, diligent, and passionate enough to make those dreams happen. My fellow dreamers, Somewhere along the line, our causes turned into a great movement, and we found one another. And together, we decided to stand up. Somewhere along the line, we decided that enough was enough, and that if change does not come on its own, then it is something we will bring about. Somewhere along the line, we grabbed a hold of hope, and with it, we raised ourselves up, we raised our siblings up, we raised our neighbors, our parents, and our friends. Hope is risky, but it is a necessary risk. It is the last thing we lose, and the one thing we cannot do without. While there is hope, there will always be life. There are moments in our lives that we are asked to become more than what we think we are. And it is not fair, and it is not easy. But these are moments that we do not run from. Not today, not ever, not here, not at this university. When I lost my father, I thought I lost the fire, that will to fight. But his final lesson came in the form of the community that rallied around me to support my family and I. My friends, who for the first time felt more like family. I learned that loving a cause means being able to give your blood even if you're not related by it. We are not afraid to stand apart when others are fearful, because we understand that sometimes we need to don our capes to become a hero, to grab a hold of hope.
Much better.
Much better. My dreamers, it takes courage to have hope, but look around. We were not raised on fear, we were raised upon courage, upon creativity, upon tolerance, upon imagination. I called us a university of superheroes, and today I don't believe that has ever been more true. Today, it doesn't matter what letters you wear on your chest, what party you affiliate with, or what organization you represent. Today, we all don our capes, just as we did to take back the night to fight rape, just as we did to dance the night away to fight AIDS, just as we did to defeat intolerance when we rallied to reaffirm sanity. My superheroes, my dreamers, my relayers, my survivors, my caregivers. We were raised upon that unbeatable determination to do the job at hand. And one day, perhaps many years from now, we will tell our children, and we will tell their children about all the reasons we came here today. We will pass on our stories, and we will explain that we were the greatest generation, not because it was easy, but because that is what we had to be, because we were prepared to stand up, and because when others were overcome by pessimism, we remained the optimists, and together, our network of dreamers, we relayed for life!
Thank you so much, Nate. Hi everyone, my name is Daniela Castaneda, and I'm one of the survivorship coaches for this year.